Hi everybody, I'm back today doing a quick video on modifying jigs, because every time you buy a jig, generally they need to be modified in some way to make them a little more presentable to the fish. And here's an example of a unmodified jig that has a weed guard that has not been trimmed in any way, and then there is a jig here that I have trimmed and modified so it's a little more presentable and enticing to the bass. So let's get started and I'll show you how I do it. Oh, one thing real quick, as I've mentioned in some of my other videos, I do sell my jigs on eBay. If you look at NYC Outdoors and search Bassman jigs, you'll see them there. And the jigs that I sell are absolutely the best deal going. They are $3 a piece, and those prices probably will not remain there for a long time, but I'm just trying to get my customer base, and I would appreciate it if you would go there, check them out. There's multiple colors, and they are, again, $3 a piece, which most jigs with rattles built the way they're built with the color combinations, they are $5 plus, so check them out. Okay, so what I've got here is a green pumpkin orange, and obviously the weed guard is just stock. And so what I always do is take a pair of scissors and I just go parallel to the hook. And what you want to do is hold the actual weed guard and just in one shot, just cut it off like that. Maybe just clip one little extra piece there. So it's now about 1/8 inch above. Next move, which is absolutely necessary, you see how the hook, the weed guard itself, runs straight down here and it's all compact and together. I like to actually flare that weed guard out so you end up getting a wider coverage area and it's much more weedless that way. Step number 2, obviously, is trimming the skirt. Now what you want to do, you want to make sure that you do not trim the skirt where it's above the hook shank right here, the bottom of the actual hook, because the actual rubber will jump up, or the silicone will jump up as it gets lighter, and you'll end up going up and above that hook. So what I tend to do is I cut it about 1/4 inch below, and that's pretty much the whole shebang right there. Is you've got the weed guard flared out a little bit, it's shortened up a little bit, and you also have the actual skirt is trimmed fairly consistent all the way across. And next I'll add a trailer to it and show you that in just a second. Okay, the trailers I use currently are net bait pack of chunks, and this is just a green pumpkin right here. And I will just take the actual jig, flip it over, and kind of grab everything. And then on these, they're a little bit longer than I like them, so I will actually take off about, I don't know, like 1/4 inch or something like that, and then feed it with, it's got little eyeballs there. I know that probably doesn't matter a bit, but I'm just always trying to make it look as normal and natural as possible. And when done there, got the weed guard trimmed, got the skirt trimmed, got the trailer on there, and that little guy is ready to go out and slay some bass. So there you have it. One more real quick, we'll do a black and blue. Trim it about 1/8 inch above, spread just by bending out the weed guard, just spread it out like that. Trim that guy off. Got another net bait pack a crawl here. Just gonna take about 1/4 inch off it. I gather all the silicone there. Again, where the little eyeballs are, I feed that so they're facing up as the jig works its way through the water. Feed that right on around, and we have another beautiful little bass wrecking machine right there. So as I mentioned before, I hand pour, I paint, I add the weed guards, custom make the skirts, Gamakatsu hooks on all my jigs, and I add rattles to them, $3 a pop. You cannot beat that deal. Go get you some Bassman jigs.